Get closer to the action with KFAN, breaking sports news, exclusive contests, and more. Follow at KFAN 1003 on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X to stay connected.
1 hour down, 1 hour until Paul Georgian joins us to talk off-season fantasy football before anybody else. But right now, myself and Max.
Big Bytes.
Big soccer game yesterday. España is the champs.
Spain. How do we find a way? And if we don't find a way, I guarantee you going to penalties, they will feel like it's Argentina's momentum.
Porro chance to cross, hooks it in. Williams battling, knocks it down. It's free. It's a goal. It's Ferran Torres.
Yeah, Spain beats Argentina 1-0. That was a goal from Ferran Torres in the 106th minute. But Max, we got to hear the Spanish call.
Yeah,
it's way better.
Toque atrás, Porro la pone al área. ¡Ah! Cabezazo atrás. Queda el rebote. ¡Gol! Ferran. Ferran Torres en el comienzo del segundo tiempo suplementario.
That was the call on Telemundo. He had to take 2 hydration breaks in between.
That's impressive, though. Only 2 pauses. That was at least a minute long of just go. The Telemundo broadcast is
I was going to say,
elite.
I took 1 year of Spanish in high school, so I have a very base, right? I can say, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Yeah.
¿Dónde está el baño? And that's about it. Listening to that call, I'm like, I gotta learn how to speak Spanish, because I would rather listen to that. That broadcast is phenomenal. We don't have that in the USA.
No.
We don't. There's no English broadcast that sounds quite like that.
No.
I need some of that in my life.
I need that energy, because the moment is a moment in and of itself, and then you add that on top of it. When you're watching the Telemundo broadcast, when you're in the other room and they start speaking, you're like sprinting to get to the TV, like, oh my God, and it's just a lineup. It's like the starting lineup or something, and you're like, okay, they just get excited about everything. Yeah, but it's absolutely incredible, and I think we're not the only ones feeling that way, Tennessee, because I saw there's a significant amount of people that were choosing, English-speaking Americans that were choosing to watch the Telemundo broadcast over the Fox 9 broadcast.
Now, as I mentioned, I did not see the game. I had baseball and hockey kids activities yesterday. But I knew I had to do the 10 Fitzgerald, so I opted to watch the 2-minute highlight video to show me show me the Cliff Notes version of what happened in this game, right? And I'm watching the 2-minute highlight package, and it's just Spain attempt, Spain attempt, Spain attempt, Spain attempt. Like, did they not play in this game, or what happened here? Are we only showing Spain positive highlights? And then I read about it today. Spain took the game's first 20 shots on goal before Argentina got their first attempt off in the second half of extra time. It took till the second half of extra time for them to get a shot attempt?
Yeah, I think they said
that is bonkers.
In the first half, I believe Argentina has played over 100 World Cup matches total, and that was their first half ever. They had 0 shots.
That is
on
crazy.
Goal. Shot attempts, period, let alone 0 shots on goal.
And Spain took 9 of the game's first 10 corner kicks. And why was Spain not favored to win this whole tournament from the get-go? Wasn't it France? Because Spain...
Spain was a little bit
they're unbeaten in their last 38 matches. 29 wins, 9 draws, longest streak by any European men's team ever. Even that is insane. In a sport like soccer where 1-0 games are the norm, 0-0, like you can have a game where you can't score easily. They've gone 38 without losing.
And they conceded 1 goal the entire...
To Cape Verde, my squad.
Shout out to Cape Verde.
Yeah.
Cape Verde tied Spain and through 90 minutes tied Argentina. best team in the whole damn thing, if you ask me.
That's absolutely crazy. Anything else that sticks out to you from the soccer match before I move on, since you watched it?
The halftime show was great, actually.
What was that?
I think it was, first it was Madonna.
What?
Yeah, Madonna. It was a
Did she go, "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina"?
No, I don't think so. But
that's a good song to play yesterday.
She should have done that. But
she should have adjusted there. Halftime adjustment. I got to switch to this song.
All right, we got to make the call on this one. It went from her, then I think it went to Justin Bieber, who kind of killed the vibe a little bit. Slow, real slow song. And then it picked way back up because Shakira got back in the mix.
Shakira.
And let me tell you, I don't know what. I think she's almost 50 years old. Those hips.
Her hips don't lie.
They've never told a single lie. It was absolutely
her
incredible.
and Jennifer Lopez age?
I don't think they do. They've looked exactly the same.
It is crazy.
My entire life. But in general, the game was
J-Lo, though.
J-Lo, though.
Big Bites.
Talked about it last segment. Ryan Fox.
Birdie to win the Open. New Zealand has another major champion.
Ryan Fox is a guy that I've known his name for 48 hours. I'd never heard of the guy. He's from New Zealand. I feel like he's kind of one of us. He's 39 years old, so I kind of like when the old guys, when he looks older than 39.
Yeah, he does.
Surprised he was that young. He kind of, the way he swings kind of looks like he's on the older side. But how about Ryan Fox, right? Like all the big names that were, the Cam Youngs, the Scotty Schefflers, Sam Burns in the mix. And no one probably gave Ryan Fox much of a chance, even though, like, score-wise, he was in the final pairing heading into the last round. And didn't really do anything for most of the day, just kind of hung around. And I thought on 15, when he puts it in the bunker, and you know how those pot bunkers are. Not the kind of pot you're thinking of.
I was going to say, I've been in some pot bunkers before.
That'd be a great name for
a podcast.
Like a bar that sells, like an establishment that sells some weed. There's the pot. Come to the pot bunker. You can get on that now.
I need to copyright that.
Get potbunker.com. Get that website right now before that. But he's in the pot bunker, and like he has zero shot. So he literally has to hit the ball backwards out of away from the green, gets up and down, takes his medicine and gets a bogey at a time where at 15 where he was at, like he can't get a bogey, and he does. Plays it smart. Birdie on 17, unbelievable. 18, hit every shot perfect. And you could tell he had some nerves going. He got up to the thing as quickly as he could. Even the stroke he made on the putt didn't look like a normal, smooth stroke, but he got the thing in, so congratulations. And then I saw a picture of him today on the airplane. Like, he's Ryan Fox, so he's not in first line. He's putting the claret jug up above, stowing it up above him, just like in the back seat of the back of the airplane where you sit three aside. So
I love it.
Yeah, Ryan Fox, one of us. Congratulations to Ryan Fox.
We need a Telemundo of the golf broadcast, by the way. Can you imagine?
Well, even just the English.
Big Bites.
Not a great finish of the weekend for your Minnesota Twins.
Drive center field. Keyshaw gets by him. Goes all the way to the warning track. This could get fun. 3-run score. Nico Horner stops at third. Clears the bags. It's 6-0 Cubs.
Yeah, Twins lose 10-1 yesterday. They lost 2 of 3 at Wrigley Field this weekend, so they snapped their string of 5 consecutive series wins. That was a poorly misplayed ball by Luke Keyshaw in center field. Should have been a single. I don't know what he was doing. It turned into a triple, scored a couple extra runs. Good news is maybe Luke won't have to play in center field for too much longer because Byron Buxton might be coming back. Could be activated as early as tonight. He's got that right hip strain, so it'd be nice to have him back in center field. But Zebby Matthews gave up 10 runs, 8 earned over 3 innings, gave up 9 hits and 3 walks. So not a good series for the Twins, who first game back from the All-Star break. They won Friday. I'm like, hey,
all right, here we go.
Get that mojo back going, and kind of a clunker the last 2. Big one for the Twins. Starting tonight, though, they have a 4-game series in Cleveland, a team they are chasing the AL Central. They're 3 games back of Cleveland. So you have a chance here you win 3 out of 4. You can gain 2 on them. Sweep them, you can jump ahead of them. So
right?
Let's get a series win for your Minnesota Twins tonight. Oh, by the way, here's Derek Shelton.
It seemed like every time we had an opportunity, we hit a ball either right at somebody or they made a great play. From being in this division before, especially in the middle of the diamond, Swanson and Nico do an unbelievable job. And today we hit into 3 double play balls, 4 double play balls. A couple of them were hard hit. They made good plays. Even the play they made at the end of the game with Brooks, you don't see that happen very often. They just, we didn't play good today. They played good today.
Big Bites.
At least the Minnesota Lynx always do play good.
The Lynx will win their 5th straight game. Still the number 1 team in the WNBA. The final 101-93 over the Portland Fire.
Yeah, the Fire extinguished Saturday night at Target Center. They beat Portland 101-93. Kayla McBride, 24 points, 9 of 14 shooting, 4 of 8 from 3. She got plenty of dishes from Olivia Miles, who had 10 assists on the day, 14 points, and 4 blocks. Here's Olivia talking about Kayla McBride.
She's top, 5 shooter for a reason. She is an incredible, obviously, shooter, and her release is ridiculous. And when she's in these modes where it's like she sees basically the ocean, in the rim, it's like it's hard to not give her the ball. It's hard to not look for her.
I regret to inform you, Max, that you are no longer number 1 on Minnesota's Afro Power Rankings.
I know.
Olivia Miles has leapfrogged you.
It's 100%. She stole my whole bit. Stole my whole look. She's flashy. She's got the fro. She even has the glasses.
Yeah.
But I'll gladly
She's
take
got a little more game.
Just a little bit.
I haven't seen you play, but
just a little. Your boy can make a little run to the basket every now and then. But I'll gladly take second place.
She is so fun to watch.
She's amazing to watch.
Please tell me LaMelo Ball plays like her.
Yeah, it'll be very similar to that. Okay. Honestly, between our men's and women's teams, I think we have the best point guards in basketball right here in Minnesota.
Lynx, like you heard, 5 straight wins. They have the best record in the WNBA. They're 20-6, and they've still been doing it all without MVP. It's unbelievable. Lynx are at Seattle Wednesday at 2:00. That's it for
Big Bites.
We're going to do a little obligatory daily NFL headlines next, including a botched backflip.
Oh,
talk about that next.
And before we go to the break, thefanandbigdeck.com. I want to give you a shot to win bonus bucks with our national cash contest. Enter the keyword preset at KFAN.com now for your shot at winning. That's keyword preset, Preset. Enter it now at KFAN.com.
Welcome aboard the Tenna Fitzgerald. In for Common on the Fan.
Bonus Bucks is back on KFAN. We have 9 chances for you to win $1,000 every weekday. That's every hour from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. To enter the keywords and learn more, head to KFAN.com. The Bonus Bucks is presented by BigDeck.com.
Max, Tenna B, and now
He's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Time now for obligatory daily NFL headlines.
We'll begin with Kevin Seifert from ESPN. He tweeted, chance of winning the NFC North per ESPN analytics.
Ooh.
Lions, 38%.
Come on now.
Packers, 33%. Bears, 19%. Vikings, 10%.
Wow.
I will say, this is a topic that, everyone talks about. Common and I have mentioned it. And I feel like whenever you want to predict the division for the following season, people love to go off of last year's results all the time, right? So, because the Bears won it last year, the Bears are the favorite. And I will say, I don't know the analytics, but ESPN Analytics has kind of viewed this the same way I have. Even though the Detroit Lions took last in the division last year, I still look at them as the most talented team in the division, right? I mean, they still have superstars all over their roster.
Yeah. And they suffered some pretty significant injuries towards the end.
Yeah, there's players on that team that I'm more scared of than players on Green Bay and players on Chicago. Caleb Williams, great year. Was a magician out there.
Right.
Pulling the rabbit out of his hat. They had so many of them that I'm like, can you do that again for an entire season? And we see in the NFL all the time too. Like half of this is just injury stuff. Like if you just happen to be healthy last year, you're above 500, and you happen to be not healthy, you're below 500. That's just the way the league works. I am just not convinced that Chicago should be the favorite and that they'll win the division. Now, if Micah Parsons was fully healthy, I'd give Green Bay a bigger look. But because he's having, at least to start the season, doesn't look like he's going to be around, I would take the Lions to win the division. I would. Now, it's a division that has parity. I think any of the teams can win. I think I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears won. I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings won. I think they're all capable of winning the division, but I would take the Lions first. So I'm glad. Apparently, I have an analytical brain without knowing it.
I think you're spot on with that one. The Lions are the most talented. They have game-breaking guys on offense. Like Amon-Ra St. Brown can break a game. Jahmyr Gibbs can break a game. And that alone, then obviously, Goff is pretty dang good as well. But they suffered some pretty significant injuries last year.
Some offensive line issues.
Yeah, and defensive issues as well. So I think they should be, right there at the top of the list. And then the rest you can kind of just shuffle. But I think as much as we love the purple here, I think it's fair to most people would put them at the least likely chance to win the division. Doesn't mean they won't have a good year, but I would definitely. I think Green Bay and Chicago are almost interchangeable because I'm with you. It was like that year that the Vikings won, 12 games by one score. It's like you're not going to do that again. And the football gods are cruel, and more than likely you'll be on the receiving end of those the following season. But I think Green Bay is super talented, so I'd put them second as well.
Obligatory daily NFL headlines.
Did you see the Cam Scatabo video this weekend?
Oh, I didn't. I missed it. That guy is crazy, man.
Yeah, Giants running back Cam Scatabo, who is enormous. He is huge. They should call him the quad god. He's got massive quads.
Yeah.
He said he is perfectly fine after failing to land a backflip and appearing to land awkwardly on a surgically repaired right ankle during an appearance at Fanatics Fest on Saturday. A video of Scatabo attempting his trademark backflip went viral after he fell to the ground while trying to land the flip. Addressing the elephant in the room at another Fanatics Fest appearance Sunday, Scatabo said he is good following the fall and promised to, quote, not hurt myself before the season. He blamed the botched flip on the bouncy floors. Now, here's the point. Here's the part where you're like, why are you doing a flip? Scatabo's rookie season was cut short after suffering an open tibia fracture and right ankle dislocation in a gruesome-looking injury during a Week 8 game against the Philadelphia Eagles. He missed the rest of the season, but he has made significant progress in his recovery and is on track to be a full participant in Giants training camp next month. That was my first thought when I saw it because he had a major injury last year.
Yeah.
To his lower body, to the area where you're going to be landing. And you are doing a backflip for zero reason other than to get the crowd hype. Right.
And he literally shows them his leg before the backflip to be like, I'm good. Look, I'll prove that I'm good.
Yes.
And then completely.
I have to imagine the coaching staff and the front office and nerds are just dressed him down. Then like, what are you doing? And, and if you're a running back in Scatabo's case, like, what was he? Is he like a third round pick? Second, third round pick? Like he wasn't super highly acclaimed.
Yeah.
Might have been lower than that.
Fourth round.
Yeah, fourth round. He's on a rookie deal. So, he's making good money compared to you and me, Max.
Yeah.
He ain't making that OBJ $100 million contract.
No, but he hasn't had to buy the Birkin bags.
No, he hasn't had to buy those yet. But, he was starting for most of last year, had a chance to establish himself as the starting running back. If you can get through that first contract, then you get paid, Cam.
Yeah.
And the fact that you would risk that all to just do a flip at Fanatics Fest after you were just had a serious injury, it reminds me of, and this might even predate you a little bit. Do you remember Ricky Williams running back?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Ricky Williams was thought to be a highly regarded running back, was very good in college, had some early years in the NFL. He ended up getting traded. Basically, it was like a Herschel Walker type trade to get Ricky Williams. I forget if he went to Miami or New Orleans. I don't even recall. But basically, he put all of it at risk because he couldn't stop smoking marijuana.
It's just insane.
Which You might be able to relate better than me.
Yeah, I mean, listen, but Ricky,
I was thinking to myself, I'm like, bud, play in the NFL for 10 years. Go make your tens of millions of dollars. You can spend the rest of your life smoking as much weed and you'll be able to afford it all.
Yeah.
Like, can you put it on hold and pause just for a little bit and then party it up all you want when you're done? But like that you would risk a major contract because you just can't avoid it.
All you got to do is for a couple months, too. It doesn't even have to be the whole year. Just give it up for a couple months.
Yes, in season.
I don't even risk minimum wage by coming to work high. And Ricky Williams is throwing millions of dollars away. It's like, come on, brother, you're giving us all a bad name out here.
It's like Cam Scannable's out here just risking his, like, if you have an injury off of that, you're not getting a job again.
No.
People are like, this guy's an idiot.
Ever again.
I'm not putting this guy, we might put him on our practice squad and give him a chance at the bare minimum.
I'm sure that John Harbaugh, the GM,
what is he doing?
Owner, everyone was blowing up his phone after that. But I do got to say, as an outside observer, because we'd be going ballistic if this was a Vikings running back. As an outside observer, I do appreciate that him and Jackson Dart seem to share a singular brain cell. It's very fun to watch as a non-New York Giants fan.
Obligatory daily NFL headlines.
The attorney for Arizona Cardinals Director of College Scouting, Ryan Gold, who was suspended indefinitely Friday for violating the NFL's gambling policy, called the league's accusations, quote, blatantly false, and said his client is appealing his suspension. The NFL on Friday said its investigation determined that Gold provided confidential, non-public inside information regarding 2026 draft selections by the Cardinals before the picks were announced, and that Gold also participated in parlay bets on NFL and college games. The league didn't say to whom Gold had provided the information. Caspino, who is the attorney, said that the gambling activity was Gold's wife making $10 weekly bets with a group of high school friends on parlays, and that Gold was not involved. He also said that Gold could not have divulged the Cardinals' draft picks because he didn't know who they were picking, and that only team owner Mike Bidwell and general manager Monty Ossenfort did. Now, if I am the attorney in the case, they get into court against Ryan Gold and his attorney, all I bring up is your wife was doing $10 parlays with her friends.
Right.
I'm sure somewhere in the country there's a wife who's on like a group text with her friends making parlay bets. I've never seen it.
No.
It ain't my wife. There's no women in my life that one, bet on sports, and two, if they do, have a group of high school friends they're making parlays. And they're doing $10 parlays?
And it wasn't, listen, I might be able to hear you out if they're making $10 parlays on like first round picks. Ain't nobody's wife's group chat doing parlays on third round picks, brother. Stop it. And if she is, she needs to call that number.
I'd be like, case closed.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I got to say,
You're not winning this one. Oh, crazy. All right, that's it for
Obligatory daily NFL headlines.
Max, we're going to have emphasis on you next segment because one, I want to talk LeBron.
Let's do it.
And two, I have to do the more you know, including one that could save you lots of money.
Oh, I'm in for it.
Yes.
Your boy needs the penny pin.
We'll do that next right here on the Fitz.
You're listening to Brandon Molesky.
He's Max, I'm 10 to B. We'll be joined by Paul Charchian in about 25 minutes to talk a little fantasy football in the 2 o'clock hour. Max, are you familiar with the 1997 film I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Oh, yeah. That's a classic right there.
It's a slasher film starring Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Ryan Phillippe, and Freddie Prinze Jr. as 4 teenage friends who are stalked by a hook-wielding killer 1 year after covering up a car accident in which they supposedly killed a man. It was between that and Scream were kind of like it was
It's like the big,
like the slasher of the slasher movies of the 90s, and then like scary movies started parodying them. Scary movies, all those are
all-time
genius,
all-time movies.
I got to go back and watch those. Those are so funny.
Yeah, leave the kiddos in bed for those ones.
Yeah, it was credited alongside Scream with revitalizing the slasher genre in the 1990s. It was there was 3 sequels. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I'll always Know What You Did Last Summer, and I Know What You Did Last Summer in 2025, and they had a 2021 television series. You're probably wondering, why am I bringing that up?
I'm curious.
Well, there's one line in the movie, probably the most infamous line in the movie, which is how I feel about the current LeBron James situation.
He's just out there and he's watching us and waiting. What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
That's my question for LeBron.
What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
Max, you follow basketball more closely than I do. You follow the Timberwolves more closely than I do. Explain to me, it is July 20th. He can pick and choose wherever he wants.
Anywhere.
He has his list. What are we waiting for?
I really don't.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
What are we doing here? What's going on?
What is the goal here? Because everybody's waiting. You could say, hypothetically, maybe he's waiting for teams to make moves and see. But every single team is frozen. Even the NBA commissioner himself,
Yes.
Adam Silver, said he's not going to release the schedule until LeBron James makes his decision. Every single possible move that any team could make is frozen until he makes his decision. I don't know what he's waiting for. Maybe this is a gift to the media people after 20 plus years of service and being like, here's something to talk about during the sports abyss.
This is very Aaron Rodgers-like.
It is. After, you would think, because he expressed so much regret about the decision and then the pomp and circumstance of the decision, but he's basically just doing it again, but he's like offshoring it to his agent and stuff like that. Like, hey, it's not me.
He's probably putting money on Kelsey right now. That's what he's doing.
He probably
He's trying to get as much money stored. His wife is making $10 parlays right now on Kelsey. He knows where he's going. He's like, hey, we can't throw like $1,000 at it because it's too obvious. It's just $10 here, $10 here. We'll just every day go talk to your friend in New Jersey, back home in Cleveland. Let's find as many people as we can to throw some money down.
Yeah, Bryce and Bronny are over there. You know, they know that they're not long for this NBA professional world. They're throwing down little parlay bets on the Miami Heat, the Cleveland Cavaliers, because let's be real.
How old is Bryce?
I want to say that he's going to college this year. Okay. I was wondering that myself because I'm like, if LeBron, I would assume he'd probably want to wait for that to happen as well. So maybe he'll do 2 more years.
Because, like, you know,
Bryce James is 19 years old. So.
Bronny's a grown man.
Yeah.
He's in the league. Bryce is out of high school now. I don't know if he's still in the house or not. But my point being, there are things that my wife and I get behind on, right? Like,
yeah,
you got to pay your taxes by this point. You got to get back to your landscaper by this time to tell him what you want, what kind of plants you know, like,
right.
There's daily life stuff that we both have jobs, and then you get home, and then you get another full-time job with your kids, and you got activities, and so it's hard to, like,
it's impossible.
If someone reached out to me with a question, it might take me 2 or 3 days to get back to them. LeBron doesn't have any kids in the house.
No.
And this is the decision that's going to decide where you're going to live for the following year. You probably want a little heads up on that if you're going to move somewhere. Hire some movers, find a place to live. What are you waiting for? You told us your list like a month ago. Are you just not finding the time to do research on the city you're going to go? Does he know where he's going to go? And the team is maybe asking him. Are they asking him to hold off on the decision to maybe move some pieces around? Or let's say it's the Wolves, which it isn't. We're going to get to that in a second. Oh. Well, let's say it was the Timberwolves. You know, they got to move some money around somehow, right? So right. They're looking for a trade partner to take on a contract, or they're figuring out how they can. Hey, we're just gonna have to get LeBron, and we're gonna be over the second apron. Is it the team that's holding out here? If it was, I think we would have heard some steam by now. We haven't, and so this to me, it sounds like LeBron.
What are you waiting for? Huh? What are you waiting
Like, it was fun at first, but I can only write so much LeBron James fan fiction over the last month now at this point. And yeah, I don't really understand what the holdup is at this point either. Because if it was me, now I'd be getting wined and dined by every team possible. My list would have been 30 teams long. I would have been flying in the helicopters, eating the fancy dinners, getting taken around the city for free, open the finest doors, exclusive restaurants, whatever. But LeBron James is LeBron James. He can do any of that anyway. So
it doesn't even sound like he's going to the cities.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't heard of, like, hey, LeBron's visiting Oakland today, Golden State. Are they still playing in Oakland? Where are they at now?
They're in San Francisco now, yeah.
Did they move to San Fran?
Yeah.
Yeah. LeBron spotted in San Francisco getting wined and dined by Steve Kerr and Steph Curry.
No.
We haven't heard any of that.
The only thing we saw is
he's
him
doing it from home,
hanging out with the Cavs assistant GM about a week or two ago. He was hanging out with the Cavs.
think Cavs is where he's going.
I do too. I think it's either them or Miami. I don't know if he wants to be seen as a kind of like hired gun type dude and go to these random ass teams at the end of his career.
Cleveland, he's still the guy.
Yeah, for sure. And Eastern Conference, you always have a better chance, and you don't have to duke it out with the OKCs and the San Antonio Spurs of the world to try to make it to one more NBA Finals. Is he going to win that Finals? Probably not. The Cavs look like they're pretty far behind everybody else in the Eastern Conference. I get that they made it to the conference finals, but they got swept by the Knicks. But that's the storybook ending. It seems to be pretty obvious that it's going to be Miami or Cleveland.
Now, the Wolves have been kind of on this allegedly 5-team list, right?
Yeah.
We've had the pipe dream here. I'm sure every Wolves fan has been fantasizing about LeBron James coming to Minnesota to be the missing link, to be the missing piece on your Minnesota Timberwolves. I think Anthony Edwards splashed some cold water on that this weekend. Oh. Did you hear this one?
Yeah.
So, ESPN reporter, I'm about to butcher his last name, I apologize, Kevin Nagandi?
Yeah, that's right.
Some sort of podcast at this Fanatics Fest, which apparently is a big deal. He asked Edwards what he thought about the Wolves being on James' short list of teams, which reportedly has five teams on it. Edwards said, quote, "I have nothing to say about it because I seen his top 3 teams and we not in it." Oh, no. How devastating was that?
It hurt, but part of me, and call me delusional because I am, part of me, some people, I'm not the only one to point this out, Ant he had a smirk on his face.
You think he's being...
He had a little, if you read the quote straight up, then it's like, okay, it's over. But when you watch the clip...
You think he's messing with us?
I think he could be messing with us, because I highly doubt... I'm sure that Ant knows more than we do, right? And I don't think the Wolves are maybe in his top 3, but I highly doubt LeBron James has a definitive 1, 2, 3 list that he can just screenshot and show Anthony Edwards. Like, that's almost like...
Here's my top 3. Don't say anything about it.
Yeah, don't say anything, but let me just send it to you. That's like what you do with crushes in middle school or something, Like, I got a crush on so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. So I doubt that there's an actual definitive 1, 2, 3. From my understanding and from, the best reporters in town, it sounds like the Wolves are still in the mix, but feel like they're a long shot. But I wouldn't take Ant's word at face value on that one. He had a little bit of a smirk on his face.
I feel like Ant's always been honest, though.
He has. But I also don't think he'd be openly recruiting LeBron in that.
He doesn't seem like that guy.
Yeah.
He knows he's the alpha.
Yeah.
That's why.
For sure.
Okay, so where are you at if they were to get LeBron James in terms of how he fits in? Are you one of those that says, basketball-wise, the Wolves are the best team he could go to?
I think it's not even a question basketball-wise. Out of the teams that he's listed, the Miami Heat, the problem, some teams are a decent basketball fit. Say the Miami Heat, they obviously have Giannis Antetokounmpo, they have Bam Adebayo, but they're going to need LeBron James to be LeBron James, capital Bron, because they have no shooters on that team. It's just an inside game. It's just Giannis and Bam Adebayo.
We're going to muscle you.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to need LeBron to be the primary ball handler and the primary.
Will LeBron play the 3?
I don't know.
How are you defending those 3 though?
Exactly. I mean, it's the Eastern Conference, so really your only competition is hypothetically like the Knicks, a depleted Boston Celtics, and a shaky 76ers team, which also wouldn't be a bad fit. But then you have to deal with injuries, Joel Embiid, and personalities clashing with. You have Joel Embiid and Jaylen Brown, 2 people that are not necessarily sunshines in the locker room, according to reports. So there's a bunch of turmoil there. You have the Cleveland Cavaliers, who is the sentimental favorite. It's your hometown, blah, blah, blah. But there's questions about if that team is a LeBron James away from beating the New York Knicks of the world, the Philadelphia 76ers, even the Miami Heat, because they got spanked, belts to butts in that Eastern Conference Finals. Golden State Warriors is a retirement home. I mean, 5 years ago, if you told me you had Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and LeBron James, yeah, pretty much pencil them into the NBA Finals. In 2026, none of those guys are going to make it all the way through the season. That's almost impossible. And again, all these other teams, they need LeBron to be peak LeBron James. The Wolves, he's on some nights he'd be our third option offensively. Some nights, maybe even 4. You have Anthony Edwards. You have LaMelo Ball picking up the slack offensively. Defensively, you got guys like, you got Jaden McDaniels. He's going to take the best offensive player that they have. Then you got Rudy backing you up in the paint. You really don't need LeBron James to do all that much defensively. And he doesn't need to set the table because obviously you have LaMelo Ball and you got Ayo coming off the bench there. So I think there's just so much. If he wants to save his body, if he wants to give himself the best chance to win a NBA championship, and then if he's considering legacy too, possibly coming to a team that I think, up until a couple of years ago was the losingest team in all of American team sports. I would imagine they're still pretty down there when it comes to winning percentage in the NBA historically of all the 30 teams in the NBA. So that adds a whole different chapter to your legacy. Plus you're kind of tying your legacy to Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Balls. But it's Minnesota. It's not necessarily Hollywood when you're coming from LA. Neither is Cleveland, but that's where he was born. That's where he was raised. They obviously have a significant advantage. But I just think there's so much depth on this team and there's so much talent specifically in the starting 5 or starting 4 right now, plus a custom made spot for him in that 4 spot that he could save his body and play a couple more years and have a realistic shot to win an NBA championship.
All right, let's say Ant does have insider information and LeBron's not coming here. What should the Wolves do, if anything, at the 4 spot? Is there internal options? Or are you one of those that says, hey, Berenger can go alongside Gobert? Is there someone externally currently in free agency or by a trade that we'd acquire? What would you do about the 4 spot?
I think that they would almost be forced to get creative based on who they have on the roster right now. I think Chris Finch said something about that they didn't really see. Some people have been speculating, hey, maybe Jaden McDaniels could play the 4. He's a good enough defender. He's, a long enough dude. I don't think Chris Finch seemed super on board with that idea, but I think they're going to have to experiment. They got Lyles on the bench. That could possibly be an option. Maybe Terrence Shannon Jr. if you want to go really small. Berenger did play some 4 in the summer league, playing next to Rocco, a fellow 7-footer, but I would imagine they're going to...
Great name. Yeah. Rocco Zakarski.
It's a great name.
Yes.
And it really is. I wish he was a better player, but it's a great name.
Sounds like he should be playing offensive line.
Right.
Or like an MMA fighter.
Oh, Rocco Zakarski as an MMA fighter.
Yeah, wrestler.
Yeah,
SummerSlam.
Rocco. Oh, and then he gets the Rocky music as his music.
Yeah.
I mean, we just call us.
Which, by the way, Karl Anthony Towns, were you watching him wrestle this
that
weekend?
Was great. Great choke slam by Karl Anthony Towns, by the way. 10 out of 10 form on the choke slam. Karl Anthony Towns might have a future being a WWE wrestler, as long as he has a manager, because the voice isn't really.
And then did I see
there.
Tom Brady? Yeah, he doesn't have that voice. Tom Brady and Jake Paul, do they have something going on?
Seems like
stunt.
It seems like they're building towards something like that, because Jake Paul is a full-time WWE wrestler now. He's on the show every single week. Like, it started as a kind of a celebrity thing, and now is
he like a bad guy or a good guy? Where are we at with him?
They tried to. I don't think he wanted to come in as a bad guy, but the crowd reaction is like, we're never going to root for not any crowd, even if it was Jake Paul's podcast and they're coming to see Jake Paul. He's always going to get booed. He's like
the commissioner at draft time.
Yeah, 100%. He's always going to get booed, so they turn him into a bad guy. It's an easy sell on that one. So that looks to be what they're building towards, is some type of WWE-esque situation. But I think the Wolves are going to have to get creative when it comes to the 4 and possibly make a trade deadline move or sign a wayward
some
free
possible
agent.
4 options.
Okay.
It sounds like Jonathan Kuminga is out of their price range, but he's apparently the best available.
That would be awesome.
The one suggestion I saw was Nicolas Batum, who was Gobert's French national teammate. Is he someone that would interest you? I'm assuming that we could get at a cheap price.
I wouldn't mind Batum. He's an older dude, but I mean, he'd be a little bit more natural at the 4 position than anything else that they have on the roster. Because everything else on the roster right now, it would be small
Locked
ball.
and loaded?
Yeah, it'd be, locked and loaded, loading up clips, Uzis. No, it's...
Nons.
It would be pretty much small ball, because I would imagine Berenger is going to mostly come in to spell Rudy Gobert coming off the bench there. So I doubt that he's going to see much time at the 4, but Chris Finch would have to get experimental. So Batum wouldn't be a bad idea because he's a more natural 4 than anybody else that we have.
All right, my last one for LeBron.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
All right, we only got a couple minutes until we get to Charge to talk fantasy football, so...
The more you know.
I have a list of some interesting laws throughout different countries in the world. We're not going to be able to get to all of them, but there's one specifically that I thought of you when I read it.
Yeah.
And Max, have you ever thought about moving to the Netherlands?
I have not. I've been to the Netherlands.
Have you been to the Netherlands?
I have been to the Netherlands.
Your thoughts?
Great place. Great.
In which way?
Great place. I mean, everybody there is just very kind, which is not always something that you could say in Europe when you look the way that I do. Amsterdam, naturally, don't need to explain.
Even when you look the way I do, Italy was this guy's kind of a Richard.
Yeah, 100. And Italians are just that way towards everybody, pretty much. Yeah, but the Netherlands, people are super kind there. Everybody's really chill. It's gorgeous. Amsterdam, I've only been to one city in the Netherlands, but it's the most walkable city I've ever been to in my entire life. I didn't see a car for the first 5 or 6 hours that I was there. And if I did, I didn't remember because I was basically in outer space at the time. But
you didn't see a car?
No, I didn't see a car for the first 5 or 6 hours that I was there.
Were they all biking?
It's insane bike traffic. Hundreds.
Do you want to know why there's insane bike traffic?
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
And this is where you come in.
Okay.
I don't know. Are you still riding a bike?
No. Well, I was going to say. I hung the bike up in the rafters after the accident, a.k.a. it was broken, and I left it at the park when I was bloody and bruised. So I haven't gotten back on the bike, but someday. Maybe someday.
All right. Well, if you get back to biking, move to the Netherlands. Because you can receive a tax-free commuting allowance when you ride your bike.
Ooh.
In the Netherlands. Employers can provide a tax-free travel allowance of up to 0.25 euros per kilometer.
Wow.
For commuting and business travel. This applies to bicycles. It says cars, too. What? That doesn't make sense. Cars and public transport. Public transport. While the government highly encourages this, it is not legally compulsory for every employer. Whether you receive this allowance and the exact amount typically depends on your collective labor agreement or your individual employment contract. But it sounds like in your employment contract, you can get 0.25 euros per kilometer for riding your bike.
That's pretty damn sweet.
Tax-free.
Yeah. We need, first of all, Chad Abbott, I need contract renegotiation. I'll be riding my bike into work every day then at that point. That's sweet. And it's everybody. You've never seen this many bikes.
Look how much money you're
Everybody's
saving.
just making it rain with the bikes.
Not even actually working. You're just biking everywhere.
Biking around. Yeah, I'm taking the long way, the scenic route to work every day. No, that's amazing.
Last one, speaking of money.
The more you know.
Every formal worker in Brazil, another place you've been to.
Yeah, love Brazil.
Big fan.
Yes, sir.
A lot of opportunity in Brazil?
You could say that. You could say there's opportunities abundant in Brazil.
Every formal worker in Brazil is legally entitled to a 13-month salary bonus. Mandated under the Consolidation of Labor Laws, the Gratificação de Natal applies to all urban, rural, and domestic employees. Full-time workers receive a full extra month's pay, while those employed for less than a year receive a proportional amount based on the number of months worked. So the bonus is typically paid in 2 parts. First installment must be paid between February 1st and November 30th, and then the second installment must be paid by December 20th. Exceptions generally apply only to informal workers or independent contractors who do not fall under formal employment contracts. But they basically just created a 13 months pay, and you're going to at least get half of it right before Christmas.
It's beautiful.
The Christmas bonus. It's mandated.
Just no matter what. Just you get this bonus pretty much every job.
Yeah. Now, my guess is
there's some.
You're not like making extra money out of it, right? Like,
yeah.
like my current salary, they would just cut that into 13 months and go, hey, here's your 13-month bonus.
Right.
And now I'm just making less every other month, right? I don't.
That's probably what it
I don't
is.
think it's just some extra, bonus fairy that comes by and they're super generous with about it, at least with my history with corporate companies. That's it with
The More You Know.
Had a bunch of other ones. We don't have time to get to it. We've had too much show today. We're going to talk a little fantasy football with Paul Charchian for the entire next hour. He'll be dialing us up live from Utah. We're going to take your questions. You can text the Bradshaw and Bryant KFAN text line at 64686. You can email booth@kfan.com. Or, of course, you can do the talk back. It's on the iHeartRadio app. Just go to KFAN. There should be a microphone right next to the play button there in the upper right corner. Hit the microphone, talk, ask your question. You can't go over 30 seconds, so don't make it too long, but keep it under 30 seconds. We have limits. But you can reach out, ask Charge any fantasy football questions. No one starts fantasy football chatter earlier than myself on the 10 of Fitzgerald with Paul Charchian. We'll do that next.